It was just about I seen potential, and when you see, you can see potential in people, but then that's when I saw way more than just potential. You know what I mean? When Drake music was brought to me from the homie Jazz, my bro, it was about rap, and I was like, this dude sound different.
You know what? I've gotten so much closer to Wayne lately. Wayne is his own person. He's a businessman, and whatever decision Wayne makes, I would never in my life speak against it publicly.
So it's starting to look like everyone who used to be close with Drake is now turning their backs on him. Even his old Young Money fam, Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj, remember when Wayne, Nicki, and Drake were the ultimate Young Money dream team. Their bond wasn't just about making hits. Wayne and Drake were like brothers, and Drake's connection with Nicki was so close that people were convinced that they were more than just friends. Even when things got rocky, Wayne and Nicki never threw Drake under the bus. They had his back, even when the whole industry seemed to be against him. But here's a tea: Drake didn't exactly return the favor. He pulled some shady moves like hooking up with Wayne's girl, while Wayne was locked up, linking up with Meek Mill after Nicki accused him of putting his hands on her, and cozying up to Nicki's rap rivals. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any juicier, Drake randomly drops 100 GB of content, and guess what? But he revealed a collab with Nicki's nemesis Lido. And keep in mind that Nicki didn't just join this Drake hate train amid his beef with Kendrick Lamar. Everyone else was quick to jump on the bandwagon. But Nicki didn't want to rub salt on Drake's wounds. And this is how he repays her. Now fans are connecting the dots, and they're saying that if Drake is beefing with the entire industry, and even losing his oldest friends, maybe he's the problem in every relationship he's had. But what did Wayne and Nicki really say when they decided to distance themselves from Drake? How did Drake betray his Young Money family? Let's spill the tea and find out.
My loyalty obviously lies with the people who gave me the platform, my first shot. So that's really where that line comes from, despite, how things may have ended up. I'm always so grateful for those three people.
So let's first dive into the Lil Wayne drama, because word on the street is that Wayne might be switching sides and throwing in his support behind Kendrick and his beef with Drake. Now, Drake and Lil Wayne go way back, and during the early 2010s, Drake, Wayne, and Nicki Minaj would like the hip-hop holy trinity, dropping bangers left and right under the Cash Money, Young Money label. Back then, Drake and Weezy were as thick as thieves, with Drake constantly hyping Wayne up as the GOAT.
Who has been your favorite artist to work with, and why?
Oh, I have to say, I can't say one person. I gotta say there's three people that I have to say. Wayne is my favorite person to work with though, because it's just, ooh, Lil Wayne, he's just too good.
You gotta give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
But things took a drastic turn in March 2010, when Wayne got hit with a 1-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to possession. So Weezy ended up doing 8 months of his year-long stint at Rikers. And here's where it gets juicy. Rumor has it that while Wayne was behind bars, Drake allegedly hooked up with his then-girlfriend Tammy Torres. Fast forward to 2015, and TMZ reported that Wayne was so furious about Drake getting with his girl that he was ready to throw hands. Apparently, Wayne spilled all this tea in a book proposal he sent to publishers. According to TMZ, Wayne said that while he was locked up, Drake came to visit him and straight up confessed that he had already slept with Tammy, basically telling Wayne to back off. Wayne wrote in his book proposal, "This is the type of ish that a man never wants to find out when he's locked up. Or maybe so, 'cause only God knows what I would have done if I wasn't locked up right now. Finding out that she messed with Drake was the absolute worst thing I could have ever found out now." When Wayne later opened up about the whole situation in an interview with Hip Hop Hollywood, he switched things up and claimed he wasn't holding any grudges against Drake.
In the book, there's a part in the book where you say that he came in and told you that he had smashed one of your girls.
Oh, when he
yes.
rap up. Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I was just, that's just how life goes when you locked up.
But fast forward to now, and Kendrick Lamar decided to stir the pot by throwing some shade at Drake and reminding Weezy how Drake did him dirty in his diss track. Not like us, Kendrick called out Drake for sleeping with Wayne's girl, and even brought up how Drake got a tattoo of Wayne's face in 2017. Now fans are buzzing that Lil Wayne might have finally caught on to Drake's true colors. Wayne was just recently rocking an EXO chain that The Weeknd reportedly gifted him right after Abel threw shade at Drake by teaming up with Future, and Metro Boomin to add even more fuel to the fire. Abel posted a pic of Wayne wearing the chain on his Instagram story, seemingly hinting that Wayne has joined the industry-wide anti-Drake campaign. But that's not all. Believe it or not, Lil Wayne's DJ actually played Not Like Us at Wayne's recent show in Tacoma. Now, Drake's fans are trying to spin it like Weezy was mocking Kendrick, but that doesn't add up. I mean, why would Wayne remind everyone at his concert about how Kendrick completely obliterated Drake and their rap beat? I mean, Kendrick reminding Weezy that Drake slept with his girl and then tattooed Wayne's face as some twisted apology has got to stain. That's some level snake behavior, and it seems like Wayne finally realized that sticking by Drake, who clearly doesn't understand loyalty, isn't a good look. But let's switch G's to Nicki, because say what you want about her, you can't deny that she's always been loyal to Drake and never turned her back on him, even when the entire industry was dragging Drake during his beef with Pusha T. Nicki was the only one who stepped up and publicly defended him after Pusha released his track Infrared in May 2018, once again bringing up claims that Drake uses ghostwriters. Nicki jumped to Drake's defense events, claiming that with his success and accomplishments, he has nothing to prove anymore on Infrared. Pusher WPS, it was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin, referencing Quentin Miller, who co-wrote songs from Drake's 2015 mixtape. If you're reading this, it's too late. And that's when Nicki clapped back on Twitter, saying Ninja's going to run, that Quinton is in the effing ground like Drake, don't write for himself and others. Your enemies will remix, reinvent, and try to make you relive some oldish for years to come when they have nothing on you. Knock it off. Challenging the chosen ones only await the sleeping giant. But instead of appreciating Nicki's friendship, Drake got all in his feelings when she curved his romantic advances. It's basically the same story as what went down with Rihanna when Rihanna was still giving him hope. Drake was out here gushing over her and had her back after the whole Chris Brown situation. But as soon as she moved on with another man, Drake made up with Chris and even collabed with him on 2 tracks. He then started shading Rihanna and her new dude, claiming that she was just average and that he wasn't really into her like that anyway. And it's wild how Drake pulled this same move with Nicki. The minute Nicki made it clear that she wasn't feeling him like that and moved on with her life, he started linking up with her ops and throwing shade. He even collaborated with Meek Mill after Nicki hinted that Meek mistreated her during their relationship back in 2020. Nicki and Meek were deep in a messy social media feud, and at one point Nicki threw shade on her IG story, hinting that Meek hits women but is scared of men. And then Meek's former associate Dean confirmed this, claiming that he witnessed Meek spitting on Nicki during an argument. Dean also recalled another incident where Meek allegedly locked Nicki out of their residence and left her in the woods.
They arguing real bad. They get to calling each other all kinds of crazy names. This corny dude starts spitting on. I said, yo, you crazy and shit. I told him right then and there, you lost your mind. What's up with me and Meek, man? Man, I put her out in the woods. We was all the way out Jersey somewhere in the woods. Nigga put her out the house. It's dark and shit. I had to go out there and get her. She cried right here. Am I lying, Nicki? Ask Meek's sister. She was there, and her baby father. He was there too. Am I lying, y'all? His mom was there. His mom, yo, I ain't lying.
So the fact that Drake had nothing to say about this after he spent years gushing over Nicki and even claiming that she was the love of his life is so gross. It really shows you how Drake sees literally all his friendships and relationships as transactional. And guess what? Nicki still wouldn't badmouth Drake publicly. But Drake just couldn't stop being shady. And rumors about a feud between them started flying after he took Nicki's feature off of album For All the Dogs. Fast forward to July 2023. And during his Detroit show, Drake hyped up the fact that Nicki would be on the album, saying it would be their first collab in forever. Meanwhile, Nicki had been hyping up Drake's album on her socials for months,